I think he's just got to continue to be EJ and elevate his team like he has. And obviously, while we've had good success, there's another level we'd like to get to. And I think he understands that, a lot of the guys that are remembered have been able to get to another level. And winning's really, really important to him. But how he carries himself too matters. And he and Kyle are pretty special when it comes to that.
Can you talk about some talents coming into basketball? The fact that
one or two in almost every category.
Dead set on having
Player of the year, we're
despite
number one.
another
All
setback.
Americans were number one. I mean, so
I think he'll handle it fine.
We just haven't won that
I think he'll handle it fine.
17.
I think that
2010, 2000,
it's not a season-ending injury. As a matter of fact, he should be able to play for at least a half to 2/3 of the season. He understands that, and I think it's not like the first time he's went through an injury. It's a separate injury than his knee. I think he'll handle it with the kind of maturity that he's handled the previous one, and I think he's going to come out on the other end of it really well.
When you recruited Justice Suing, it was like getting to know him as a person off the court.
Well, he's, as you can imagine, it takes some time. He's Hawaii laid back. He is very much his own person. He's a great kid, a great kid, and a really good player, really talented. But he's got a really laid back island approach. So I think it's taken a little bit of time, and it's taken a little bit of time for me to kind of figure out what the best way sometimes to challenge him. But he had a really good junior season, really productive. We talk a lot about Kyle being banged up and obviously out for the end of the season, and so was Justice, and that was a factor for us. He just, whether it was the Big Ten tournament or whatever, he just did not feel himself at the very end. We need both those guys for us to reach our potential.
When you were getting to know him, obviously he had played in Cal, but did you go to Hawaii at all?
I did not. I did not. It was really unique.
That's a great question. Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
We all do.
And I was hoping he was there so I could actually make that happen. But he'll be a good former player to visit someday for sure.
I just wonder, maybe getting to know a family. I'm sure, because when you recruit guys, you always talk about getting to know the full picture. Have you gotten to spend time with his family? I don't know how well do you know them?
Yeah, we've gotten to know his family a little bit. Actually, we've gotten to know his family a little bit, and it's been they're great family. They're great people. His dad's super laid back as well. His mom's a little bit more like a little bit more kind of like you'd expect, the balance. Probably Justice and his dad. They're great people, and he loves the island, man. He loves being over there.
Coach, speaking of Kyle, talk about, we kind of like a heart and soul team.
He's special. Yeah, he's really special. Bottom line, he's special. He's, as I said on stage there, those are two of the best kids, I've ever coached in a lot of ways. They embody everything you want. And they're really good players. They're really talented kids. He is the heart and the soul. He's versatile, which is why, losing him when we lost him was so important because of the matchup. But I'm just hoping for the kid that he has a full season.
How much take us back to that moment when you realized Kyle was back? That, you did disclose personal conversations, but that moment when you realized, man, this guy's back this year.
It was one of those deals where he really needed to make the decision in his own time and process it in his own way. I felt like it was trending in that direction, but I wanted it to happen in his own time. It was obviously a huge thing for when both those kids returned. It was a huge thing for our program. In a lot of ways, if they'd have made the decision to move on and they thought it was best for them, I'd have completely understood. But I think hopefully in some ways, you're talking about guys who really invested a lot in the program, and I think it validated that they believe in what we're doing and want to continue to press it moving forward. That's our challenge here.
And I'm sure you hope that it resonates, but you get the impression that some of the younger guys took notice in that same way that, hey, whatever happens after school, we'll still be there. We got a program that we've invested so much time and energy in. You get the impression that your underclassmen sensed that when they decided to come back.
Sense what exactly?
Sense the commitment that those guys have to being part of a program.
I think it was a factor for sure. Both guys. I think when they saw both guys return, but the way these things work, EJ would not have returned if he didn't feel like it was in his best interest and gave him the best chance to prepare for the next step. That's the way these things work nowadays. And I understand that. That's the world we live in right now. Kids aren't going to return just because they want to return. They can still love the school and say, hey, it's in my best interest to keep my name in the NBA draft. Sometimes that's hard for us to conceptualize and understand because we worked maybe under a different paradigm for a long time. But I think if they both would have said, if Kyle would have said, hey, I want to go play professional, and EJ would have said, hey, I want to see where this NBA draft takes because it's in my best interest, we'd have loved him. They love Ohio State. They loved our team. I think they felt like, in a lot of cases, it was best for them, and they really, I'm sure in some cases, they felt like there was some unfinished business as well.